Well, we finally did it. We bought a pontoon boat. Oh yeah, first time on a pontoon boat. Drives like a Cadillac. Hello again. Welcome to a new episode of the Real Lazy Pontoon Boat Restoration Video Vlog, whatever you want to call it. We are inside. We got some fireplace on the TV. I actually have a real fireplace going out there. It's warming up now. It's like 20 degrees out. We had a little bit of snow this weekend, and we are inside doing boat restoration projects. So we are finally getting on the seats, the pontoon boat seats. These are plastic-based seats. Paid $100 for them. Not bad, but we're having to redo all of the vinyl on them. So this is in the living room here, and this is my staple pulling area. So it's better than being out there right now. So I'm actually just kind of getting all of this vinyl off of these bases now. I already started on the flip-flop seat, which is in here. We're going to go in here real quick into the sweatshop. Now into the sewing area. So Carrie actually has been right in the middle of tearing this thing apart and lubing it and greasing it. So by the way, this is our new old 20U Singer industrial sewing machine, and this thing is really nice. Only paid $150 for it. I bought it off an older lady who is a custom curtain maker. Is that right? Is that what she did? Yeah, they did a bunch of curtains and stuff. So we're actually taking out all the thread lint out of here. We've oiled it up. Got the oil over here, greasing up the bottom, going through it so we can get this project done. So over here, we've started taking apart, actually I've started taking apart the back of the flip-flop seat. There's the seat base, the cushion. This is the back of the flip-flop seat, and so far this foam looks pretty good on here. Some of that foam does not look good. We're going to be going through it and seeing what foam is good and what is not good, and be switching a bunch of the foam out. I've still got some of the foam from the original seat, so we're going to do some putting stuff together and Reiki. Getting it together with several different pieces of foam, also from the sailboat cushions that she made, which turned out great. We also have some of the foam left over from that. So we're just going to kind of go through what we have and put it together. I got new silk film ordered so we can keep these things halfway waterproof. One of the things we're going to be doing is, these are your normal pontoon boat seats. They actually have a flap inside here that staples down. Then you put your front edging on it and everything. What we're going to do is we're actually going to make more of a blocked seat, a little easier. We're not going to make a three-piece cushion or anything. It's going to basically be a one-piece cushion. Basically, we're going to do that for time. We could do this, but you know, we are amateurs and it's going to take a while to do this. So we're actually going to do a little bit of an easier design. And another thing too is I want to get it done before spring, and it's middle of January right now, and this is going to take a few weeks to do anyway. And if we had to do a lot of complex sewing, it's going to take a lot longer. So a lot of it's time constraints. So we're just trying to get the boat out before sometime in spring. So all right, wish us luck. I think I'm going to save the time-lapse photography on the staple polling. Actually, I'm not going to do it because it is so boring. But we might do some time-lapse photography when we start sewing this up and cutting it up and making out the patterns and everything. So, all right, wish us luck, and thank you for watching. Here we are. We are finally starting to put some vinyl on the seats. We're starting with the bases first because these are the easiest things to do. We're still trying to get the sewing machine tuned up. I think we got tuned up pretty good. We had a lot of thread lint in the tension spacers we had to clean out, but I think she's sewing pretty good now. We've got a good even bottom and top pole, I guess you can say. So, finally getting on some of these bases. Like I said, we're going to do the bases first. So I figure we'll finally get back to some time-lapse photography. I've got my trusty little pneumatic stapler here. It's a pretty good one. It's not a BEA like the ones I used to use when we did restaurant booths years ago. But it does pretty good. I had to adjust the pressure to get the staples to sit and not go through. So I had to adjust my regulator over here. I just did that. So, like I said, we're doing these bases as kind of test runs on everything to get everything down. Then we'll get on the hard stuff like the seats, which I still have to pull apart several of them. And boy, it's been a long and arduous process getting all of these staples out. So, I figured I'd take a break and finally get one of these bases together. Yes, I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's done. All right, we're going to finally do a little time-lapse photography. See ya. Rika, what are you doing, Rake? What you doing, girl? What are you doing? Are you on camera? All right. So, I just wanted to show this first base on the new flooring, and I love the contrast. We've got a dark gray flooring, light gray base. We're about to start on the next base. So I thought I would do a really quick intermediate video. Reiki dog. I'm drying out a ponch or a tarp here. So I've got the second base on the bench today. About ready to do that like the first one. The first one turned out pretty good. Daggone, I keep getting my fingers in here. So I wanted to show just on this little video here, this little in-between video, I wanted to show, these are the seat bases. This is a flip-flop seat base. This is one of the bench seat bases. And if you will see where the welt cord is, it's still intact. But where all these middle seams are is where you get water intrusion and they split. And then your silk film actually goes away. And then it starts eating into your actual seat. So all of this is just water damage over years. And that's the reason why we are not going to go with any kind of striping or anything on the seat. So, given the time constraints and given the durability aspect, we're going to do one color. It might look a little boring, but I think it's going to be cool. All right, it's time to get on this next base. I don't think I'm going to do any time-lapse photography on this. I think I'll wait for when we start really doing the seat bases themselves and the backs. So, all right. I guess we'll see you when we start doing the bases and backs. Bye-bye. We got the Rika doggy. She's hanging out in the chair next to her new pontoon boat seats. They're turning out pretty good. This is the first base seat for the bench. This is actually the flip-flop seat here. Got the back done. We are in the middle of shaping, sewing, stapling right here. This is one of the bench seats right here. I'm actually started to pull and staple, and of course we got our silk film in here, and it's turning out pretty good. I got a pretty good pull on it here. Got a little bit of a ripple right in there, but pretty good for an amateur job. What we did was on the back side of the seat we have a lower part on the back, a higher part on the front. Kind of gives us a nice recline. But these are turning out pretty good, and she is in here sewing. So let's run on in here and pass through the kitchen, and we'll head to the sweatshop where she is in here sewing some welt cord on the flip-flop seat, not the back, the seat. So that's what she's doing. We bought
pre-made welt cord, which is okay, but it doesn't bend well, and it's pretty thick.
Yeah, it's pretty thick. It's a little hard to work with. This is an extruded welt cord that's really waterproof, but it's kind of hard to work with. I guess if you sew your own, it's a little more malleable, I guess you could say. We got bluegrass going in here and out there. We gotta do bluegrass for these videos this time. I was outside shaping some of these seats here. The foam, I was trying to get the foam shaped here, and it's got a good roll on it, and this is what we're doing to the tops of the seats. And I actually took a spaghetti jar lid and punched a bunch of holes in it. It created kind of a rasp. So we actually learned that off of the Sailrite videos. They have some awesome videos on sewing pontoon seats, sailboat seats, sails, all kinds of stuff. We love them. That's a shameless plug. We don't get anything from them, but they are just a very good company. So that's one of the backs right there. She's actually fitting up some of the vinyl that goes over the flip-flop seat, and she's going to start measuring and stuff. So that's what we've been doing today, getting all these seats together. It's going to take about a couple of weekends, but I think it's real. All right, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Are we ready?
Ricky, you ready?
Ricky's ready. So we are sitting here, finally test driving the new bench seat. She's all smiles today because she is done sewing.
I am done. So done.
Yep. Oh, this is comfy. So, let me get on the other side of this and we'll give a good shot of this here. Hopefully I don't get my fingers in the camera. So, here we go. This is the bench seat, 92 inches across. Got the armrests on. It's turned out pretty good. It's definitely Rika approved. There's our flip-flop seat behind. And that works really well. So we are finally done using the living room as the upholstery shelter because it's cold outside. And so I'm going to be putting these on the pontoon boat here soon. She is actually lifting them up. There's a bunch of storage space inside, the plastic bases and everything.
You're going to make a loop to make it easier to open?
Yeah, we're going to make a little loop on the outside here so you can actually just pull on the loop to get it up, so I got to do that. Missing a couple screws. I ran out of screws. I'll be getting some stainless steel screws for that. But it has turned out really well. It is pretty cool. And really, all together, we were able to do all of the seats for, I think I added it up here, $380, which is not bad. It was $200 for 30 yards of fabric, which I think we actually only used 20 yards of fabric. It was about $40 for the staples. I used stainless steel staples, $25 for the welt cord, $10 for the silk film. And then we paid the original $100 for the plastic-based seats. So altogether, that adds up to about $380. Yeah, we spent $150 on the machine, but we're going to keep that machine. She actually really likes it. So, let me see. We're going to bolt it together through the arms here. Actually, through the inside that way and that way. And then, of course, I'm going to bolt them down to the deck out there. But just wanted to give a last little finished video. Sorry if this video is a little bit long, but we had a lot to cover. This was several weekends, about 3 or 4 weekends of doing this.
Too many.
She said too many. But we're done. Oh, yeah, this is going to come together well. We're about to start putting all of this together. Thanks for watching. Have fun. Saying goodbye from the sweatshop.
We just unscrewed a bolt!
Whoa, the fish finder just showed up.